Imagine leading a team to rebuild an entire city. Against all odds. And in just 52 days. Sounds impossible, right? Well, Nehemiah did exactly that. He wasn't a king, a general, or even a wealthy businessman. He was just a cupbearer to the Persian king. But through vision, faith, and smart leadership, he brought together a team and completed what seemed like an impossible task. Today, we'll dive into Nehemiah's blueprint for success and learn how to build and lead a team to victory, no matter what challenges come your way. Nehemiah was a Jewish man living in Persia, serving as the cupbearer to King Artaxerxes. His job may have seemed simple. Tasting the king's wine to ensure it wasn't poisoned. But it gave him close access to the royal court. One day, Nehemiah heard troubling news. The walls of his homeland, Jerusalem, were in ruins. The city was vulnerable and its people were discouraged. Nehemiah, deeply moved by this, felt a strong calling to do something about it. He wasn't a warrior or a politician, but his heart for his people and his unwavering faith led him to take on a challenge that would change everything. Before Nehemiah took any action, he spent time in prayer, seeking guidance from God. He knew that rebuilding Jerusalem's walls wasn't just a practical task. It was a mission that needed divine support. Once he had his vision, Nehemiah didn't rush into action. He carefully planned his approach. He asked the king for permission, resources, and protection to make the journey back to Jerusalem. This wasn't a decision he made lightly. He needed the right people and materials to succeed. Nehemiah's vision was clear, and his planning ensured that he would have everything he needed to bring it to life. Just like Nehemiah, successful leaders start with a clear vision and thoughtful preparation before taking the first step. Nehemiah knew that rebuilding Jerusalem's walls wasn't a one-person job. He needed a team, and not just any team. He needed the right team. So, he carefully assigned people to different tasks based on their skills and strengths. Some were priests, others were merchants, and even the city's officials got involved. Everyone had a role to play, no matter how big or small. Nehemiah didn't hesitate to involve everyone, showing that every person, regardless of their background, could contribute to the success of the mission. By building a team of people who were committed and capable, Nehemiah set the foundation for the work to succeed. In leadership, it's essential to recognize the strengths in those around you and ensure that everyone's talents are put to good use. As Nehemiah and his team began their work, they faced strong opposition. Enemies like Sanballat and Tobiah mocked them and tried to scare them into stopping the project. They threatened violence and spread rumors to weaken the team's resolve. But Nehemiah didn't let the criticism or threats stop him. He stayed focused on the mission and encouraged his team to keep working, reminding them that they were not alone. God was with them. He even stationed guards to protect the workers while they built. Nehemiah knew that opposition was inevitable, but he didn't let it derail the mission. Instead, he used it as motivation to push forward. As a leader, it's crucial to stay determined in the face of opposition and keep your team focused on the bigger picture. Nehemiah didn't just direct from a distance. He led by example. While his team worked hard to rebuild the walls, Nehemiah was right there with them, overseeing the progress and offering encouragement. He didn't sit in a palace or give orders from afar. He rolled up his sleeves and worked alongside the builders. His presence showed the team that he was fully invested in the mission. He also kept their spirits high by reminding them of the bigger purpose. Restoring Jerusalem was not just about rebuilding walls, but about restoring hope and dignity to his people. Nehemiah's leadership was active, visible, and inspiring. As a leader, it's not enough to just give directions. You must actively engage and support your team through every challenge. Despite the challenges and opposition, Nehemiah and his team stayed focused on their goal. They worked tirelessly, day after day, and in just 52 days, the walls of Jerusalem were rebuilt. Far quicker than anyone could have imagined. The project was completed against all odds, showing the power of vision, planning, teamwork, and unwavering commitment. Nehemiah's leadership didn't just get the job done. It inspired a sense of pride and accomplishment in his people. They had faced difficulties, but with determination and faith, they had completed the mission. Nehemiah's story reminds us that when we stay focused on our goals, work together, and remain resilient, we can achieve great things, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Nehemiah's story is a powerful reminder of what can be accomplished with clear vision, strong leadership, and a dedicated team. By planning ahead, building the right team, overcoming obstacles, leading by example, and staying focused, Nehemiah was able to complete an incredible mission. His success wasn't just about rebuilding a wall. It was about restoring hope and inspiring others to work toward a common goal. So, what's the next step for you? What mission or challenge are you facing, and how can you apply Nehemiah's blueprint to overcome it? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with one leadership lesson you'll take away from today's video. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more inspiring leadership insights from the Bible and the CEO. Keep leading with vision and purpose.